Knit One,
Part 2. Episode 203.
We were in so sync when we said that. Hi.
I know.
That's what's making me laugh. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy. Welcome to the show. And if you are a first-time viewer, thank you for checking us out.
So, just some random shout-outs there.
We have a new knit-along this month. Crochet-along, knit-along.
It's April 1st. We're not doing any April Fool's Day stuff because there wasn't anything to do. I worked.
I'm not in the mood.
So, we're closing out the March one. We're going to draw our winner at the end of the show for this, for the March knit-along, which was over...
Well-loved
Well-loved.
patterns.
I couldn't... brain blank there. So, for April... we are doing things for the home.
Yes. And we decided to do this because we know there are a lot of people that like to do dishcloths, afghans, pillows, doilies. I know we have some doily crocheters.
Ooh.
Anything that you'd make for the home rather than like a garment.
I know the person who won March is working on just that too. If you follow her Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Afghans, anything for the home.
Yep. It's different, and it'll maybe give a different group of knitters an incentive to, like people who like to do small projects.
Yeah, because a dishcloth can take you a day.
And if you give dishcloths for the holiday, this is an incentive to get them done now.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing. We are going to draw for the monthly knit-along and the Knittingsmybag yarn and bag contest at the end of the show. And we're also going to announce a new contest, Yummy Smells from Dyeabolical Yarn contest. We'll talk about that in Gossip and Innuendo. And we're going to just let you know up front, we are doing a book review on the latest Cooperative Press book next week. We'll do the review. It's called Defarge Does Shakespeare. And it's kind of interesting. So check out next week's show for that full review. And we will be doing a contest so you can potentially win a copy of that book. Thanks to Cooperative Press. So, lots of contests coming up.
I always like contests.
Me too. Contests are fun. So, but that's it for the shout-outs.
Okay.
Is that right?
As far as I know. Yeah, we got an email, but it was just a side thing.
Carolyn, I'm sorry. I still have to send you that thing. It's just one of those things. I have to sit down and I have to generate a graphic.
Right.
So, I just haven't done it. I have a good excuse, Carolyn. So anyway, that's it for shout-outs, and we're going to go right into...
I just want to go, I'm sorry.
Oh, you got one?
Just the email that I knew we got. It's from Kimberly. And she just said, she was saying, giving Wendy a thumbs up on continuing with the Hitofide, and saying that it's making her crazy with the selfish knitting. And she brings up a good point. She goes, it's a hobby. It should be selfish.
Right.
And did you get this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Because it came to my personal email, and I'm not sure if it came to you. It's a hobby. It makes us happy. So putting a tag on it, making it sound bad isn't good. And she brings up a good point. She goes, we cook, we clean, and do laundry for everyone else. We should have a hobby that's just for us. And she's right. And
you are right, Kimberly.
But I am a selfish knitter because I only knit socks for me.
And she's right. It's really wrong to say selfish. Let's take an example, scrapbooking. There is a huge scrapbooking cult following out there. They are not scrapbooking for other people. They are primarily scrapbooking for themselves. It's their family, but they're doing it for to share their memories. So it's kind of weird that because you make something that other people could have, that you're selfish if you don't make it for other people.
I'm laughing at some of the examples. She goes, there's no such thing as selfish golfing or selfish reading.
That's true.
If I work in my garden, is that selfish? I'm not working in my neighbor's garden. She brings up some good points. So from now on,
selfish scrapbooking. Who says, "Oh, you're so selfish. You're only scrapbooking your own photos"? Like nobody says that. So she's right. I never thought of it that way, and that is really true. So let's stop calling it. No more selfish knitting. It's self-knitting. I'm a self-knitter. I knit for myself.
There we go.
It is my reward to myself.
Right, and my reward for knitting for other people is just the knitting portion of it.
That's right, because you like to knit.
I do.
So, thank you. That was an excellent email.
It was.
I like that.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Yes,
for
that is
sending
a
it to
good
us.
perspective. So, on the dance card, I still have what I have renamed the Hitofide.
I just feel so bad that you're not enjoying it.
I am hating it. The good news is I have joined the sleeve. I did 3 needle bind off. That's what the pattern called for.
Okay, no, it looks good.
3 needle bind off.
Well, that way you don't have to worry about, like, lining it up or...
Yeah, no, it's just did a 3 needle bind off on the...
Now, if I may, could you have done...
Kitchener? Yeah.
It would have been heck, though.
It would have taken a lot longer. 3 needle bind off. I found out I don't really enjoy doing 3 needle bind off.
No,
but
it's not fun.
It's not as bad as Kitchener on a garment. This is a lot of Kitchener. This was like, I don't know, like 50 or 60 stitches. That's a lot of Kitchener. So I got this put together. This is the top. This is the bottom where the little skirt is. And I'm on the 3rd of 4 initial repeats on the skirt. And you can see it kind of...
I'm sorry, you're on the 3rd of what?
You do 4 initial repeats on the skirt, and then you start increasing somehow. I'm just going to tell you about this pattern. All right, first of all, I renamed it the Hitofide because I hate knitting it.
I really love the colors, though.
I love the yarn, and I love the colors, and it fits perfectly, so I know I'm going to love wearing it, but I do not like knitting it. This is all I worked on since last week because I just want it to be done. Here's the thing about this pattern. First of all, maybe it's because I had a really bad migraine for like 4 days, but I could not understand the instructions on joining the arms together. Like, I just could not conceptualize them. And so somehow I ended up with 4 extra stitches. I ended up with 4 extra stitches.
Really?
Yes. Because I did something wrong when I joined them.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. 4 stitches is not, it's not even half an inch. It's just a little bit. So, after I joined them, then I had to like do this ribbing thing, which was fine because I did the ribbing, but then I had to decrease by 4 stitches in order to do the body, because it has to see how it lines up.
So then you had to figure out.
So I had to like draw a diagram. I'm going to show you my diagram. This is my diagram to figure out. This is like the original stitches, and then I wrote down the instructions, and I had to like do math to figure out where.
Oh my God, not math.
This is doing that again.
No, it hit. I hit it.
So yeah, these are my instructions on figuring it out. I did get it down to the right number of stitches. It was not that difficult.
And it's lined up all right?
And it's lined up fine. Because the extra stitches were in a good place, so it was really easy. Like, they were in a place where I was going to knit front and back. So instead of the first 2 stitches, I just knit, and then I did knit front and back. So it was kind of good. It worked out fine. But, and it's totally because I did not understand the directions. I could not wrap my head around them. Then we have a situation where I am kind of doing the ribbing wrong on it, but you can't really tell. I'm doing it the opposite of what it said to do in the directions because I had extra stitches, so it was off, and I wanted the ribbing to match up. See how this...
Okay.
But because I had extra stitches, I was off.
Okay.
By 1, so instead of doing knit 1, purl 1, I did purl 1, knit 1.
Okay.
But you can't really tell. It looks...
No, you can't tell.
It looks fine. So that's off. And now I'm coming up on the part where I have to apparently do some kind of increasing on the skirt part. And I'm not going to lie to you. I've read those instructions like 4 times, and I still don't understand it. And so I'm just going to, like, get there and see if that can make sense.
Well, a couple of the people you know have already gotten
I know. I'm going to have to ask somebody. It could just be I had a really bad migraine, and it's hard for me to think. And
well, afterwards we can talk out loud, because sometimes, when you talk out loud, all of a sudden, oh, all right, I got it.
So hopefully when I, like, get to that point and I start knitting, it'll work out. like, there are some photographs in the Hitofide pattern that show you how to do the sleeve joining thing, and I was looking at the photograph, and I was like, I just totally don't understand what this is. I can't understand it. It's unusual for me, and nobody else seems to have that problem, so I think it's just me. But it just added to my hate of the Hitofide. Anyway, I'm not having much joy with the Hitofide. And for all the people that told me that it was going to go faster after I got past here, it is not going any faster. Like, I knit these almost 3 repeats yesterday, and I was like, this is going so slow.
Why do you think so? I mean,
because I hate it. It's just boring. I'm kind of excited, though, that I only have to do 4 repeats, and then something's going to happen. At least that'll be like, I'll be doing it in increments. So that's it for my Hitofide. It is an Enchanted Knoll Farms yarn in the Margaritaville colorway, which I love. I'm going to love wearing it, but I do not love knitting it. And
it's going to walk out really nice.
It's going to be so... It's actually might be really roomy because it fits pretty good now.
And just a light blocking?
Well, I want to block it hard because I want it to be drapey.
Watch
but
the needle. Jeez.
He's going to poke himself.
You don't want that up your nose?
Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Oh, I want to tell you, I am in the 3rd skein. I decided to use up all my little short pieces on this top.
Oh, all right.
As I was doing the last bit and joining. So I have this much left of the 2nd skein, which was the one with all the little bits. And then I still have 2 more.
Oh, good. Skeins. Then you have plenty.
Yes, I do. I think I'm going to have plenty. So that's good. So I'm going to put this away for now.
Oscar, your tail is in the way.
I know. He's right in here.
He's giving me some lovin's.
He's just so attention hoggy. He was standing on my chest the other day, like right here, just standing on me.
You're so cute.
Okay, so Hitofide.
What else are on the needles?
The last thing on the needles, still on the needles, I did not touch them at all since last week. Nope, all I worked on was Hitofide because I cannot start my Rhinebeck sweater until that sweater is done. So I still have this no Purl Monkey on the needles. I still have 6 more stripes to go. If you want to know what it's going to look like, here's the one. You're not petting him enough, so he bites you.
Didn't really bite. But
no, it's to get your attention. So this is the one that's finished, and this is in Knit Picks Felici sock in the sorbet colorway. And I'm going to work on these for a little while because it's better than Hitofide.
Well, it's mindless. Not that that's not mindless, but it's short mindless.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I think it's just because the rows are really, really long, and it's like, and then I have a purl row. But it's not just a purl row. Every 10 stitches you have to knit 2. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I find it annoying. So.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
I'm sorry, Bubba. I now have to give attention to the podcast here, buddy. Alright, so I only have 1 active thing on the needles. Yeah, just 1. I may rename them as my big arse socks. For my son, it's just a simple vanilla pattern. Simple vanilla cuff down. And I'm using the instructions for the monkey socks to do the heel. Yeah. A heel is a heel is a heel. So this is in the pattern Spring Leaf colorway, and I cast on today. I'm just trying to finish a row and have somebody chomp on my knuckles here. So I did not care whether or not these were matching up or not. So this is Patons. I did a black cuff, and then I started the pattern. I'm proud of myself because I'm having some, like, cast-on-itis. Yeah. I'm not actually casting on, but I want to cast on everything. If I had more time in the day to knit, I probably would cast on a lot more. But I don't. So I'm proud of myself that I'm sticking to this. Of course, by the time I finish this, even if it's next week, my son probably won't need the socks. No. But he tried them on, And I was talking to him. We figured he probably only has about another ½ inch to grow, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's already size 11. I'm hoping he's not going to grow much further, because usually their feet grow first.
Yeah.
So it should be enough for next year. If not, then they'll be awfully big for me. Because honestly, I don't care. So that's all I have actively on the needles.
That's good. And if anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I have to actually look this pattern up because I cannot remember how to start the next.
Oh.
Now I got it. All right. So all you have is that pattern sock?
Yeah. Actively on the needles, yes.
All right. Rate your date. I have no dates to rate. I still have my half object.
I have dates to rate. I have 2 half objects. And a full date.
Ooh.
So this is based off of, I actually have that and I didn't even think about looking at it. Oh, where am I? I'm sorry. This is, okay, first off, let me show you. It's a little baby hat. I told you I was going to make some baby hats for coworkers. I honestly am not exactly a fan of how this pooled.
I think it's cute.
It's cute. I mean, because this way you have...
like a lightning.
But it's weird. It must have been my tension.
Yeah.
But I like how it's like 2 different hats.
Yeah. The light hat and the dark hat.
So I did this. My coworker's having her first granddaughter. So she said her colors were pink and lavender. I didn't have any pink and lavender, and I wasn't about to stripe.
Right.
I didn't want to do that. So I just picked a lavender with the aquamarine, which I really love the vibrance of it.
Yeah.
And then I put a couple of tassels on it. So this is based off of the Fixie baby hat, which is...
How do you pronounce? How do you?
Fixie.
Okay.
By Stitch Marker. It's a one sizer. It called for US size 7. It's said to cast on 30 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Cast on 70. So I can't imagine what 30 would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like for a Barbie.
Yeah. So I cast on 70 and I like the look. And so this will fit the newborn well into maybe a couple of months. What do you think?
Yes, I think so. It's pretty stretchy.
It probably could have gone longer, but I was really getting sick and tired of it. It's the other thing. My attention span isn't very good. If I was to do this hat again, I would do it the other way around. I would go top down with a Judy's Magic cast on. I've done that before.
Yeah.
Just because Kitchenering 36 stitches across is not
It's annoying.
I actually did it in 2 nights, 2 sittings. So that's my finished object. My half-finished object is a pair of booties in the matching color. Or in the same color, I should say. I don't remember the name of the color. There might have been. It's Cascade Fixation variegated yarn. And this is...
Don't bite my pen.
It's called Christine Stay On Booties. You see it everywhere. It's a free pattern. This is going to stretch. This will stretch and grow with the baby's foot. And then I didn't feel like doing an I-cord, so I just twisted the laces together until they curled in on themselves. Oscar is being a scotch, and I couldn't even say it. So this I did today. I cast on at work and finished right around lunchtime.
Oh, that's good. Booties are fast.
Yeah, it is. It kind of got annoying after a while.
Why?
Because I somehow didn't get the right count. I'm like, whatever. It's a booty. It's not going to make a difference. The person I'm making it for is not a knitter. They're not going to judge me. They're not going to know. So, but my other half object is my son's sock. The big arse sock. I am so glad that I did the black on this. Okay, let me tell you my woe. I actually had to rip it out again.
Oh my gosh.
My fault, though. So I worked at an offsite.
It's like the 5th time.
I know, Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I thought I knew what size to knit till.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I stopped at a certain point because I'm like, he really needs to try this on so I know when to decrease the toe. I only ripped out maybe 4 rows because I had knit too far. I didn't want it too long.
Right.
So, and then I just decreased for the toe and I used the black. this is all I had left. I probably would have just scooched by, maybe just scooched by with this. I'm thinking not, because I used the black for the cuff and the heel and the toe. I'm thinking that I probably would have had to if I didn't have the black, I probably would have had to break into either another skein of yarn or break into the black for the last bit of the toe. So this is again Patons Kroy. 72 stitches for casting on, and it's just it for as for as long or big as his foot is, kind of went quick.
Yeah. Considering you ripped it out 5 times.
Well, besides that point, yes, because I was looking at it. I cast these on January 30th, and here it is April already.
Yeah.
So they were really in a serious timeout.
Yes, they were.
So anyways, yeah, let's see. I cast on. I put them in timeout on February 12th. I wrote all these notes down. So, yeah, I'm happy with them. He's happy with them. My husband doesn't really care.
No socks for him.
No socks for him. He doesn't want any. I'd be willing to knit him. He's got maybe a 1/4 of an inch longer than me, and he doesn't want any. I'm like, all right, fine.
Well,
no skin off my back.
More power to him. That's right. So, future dates.
No whirlwinds? I said afterwards.
Oh, I wrote it down wrong. I don't have any whirlwind romance this week. I didn't do any spinning. And even though I got the new cross-stitch pattern, I didn't do anything on that. So.
Because you haven't finished the last one, right?
No, not at all. And I'll explain that in Crushes and Heartbreaks, but I just didn't do any of that. So no whirlwind romance this week.
Okay. Future dates.
Future dates. I have one future date that I'm going to talk about in Baubles and Bling.
Oh, all right.
So I won't talk about it here. It's my Rhinebeck sweater.
So my future dates is basically everything. I want to cast on everything. I don't know what my problem is, but I want to cast on everything and anything with all my yarn. It's like I want that yarn, I want this yarn. So I told you how I was going to go through and repeat some of my favorite sock patterns that I liked. Butterfly is one of them. I found another one, Heath Socks, that I knit for someone that I want to knit again. But I really think this might be the next one I cast on. Bon Bon by Susan Claudino. Have you guys seen this one?
Little bunny?
Yes. So I keep forgetting to mention this, but our friend Denise, Mad About Matisse, sent me her leftovers for Desert Vista Dye Works.
Oh, right.
And the De los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
So I was thinking maybe doing this little guy and those colors.
That'd be fun.
But problem I'm having,
and
I noticed that when I did my booty, I really cannot purl that much anymore.
It really bothers your hand.
It does. I have not been purling on my socks except for the heel, and I did okay because it wasn't a lot, but there was a lot of purling in the booty, and it really bothered my thumb. So I don't think I need to purl on this one because I'm pretty sure it's all joined in.
Yeah.
But it makes me realize that, I don't think I'm going to be able to purl too much or
very
little.
You should ask your doctor if there's a brace or something you can do for that.
I've looked into it, and their option was not knitting for a few weeks and a cortisol shot. I'm like, not an option right now. Maybe when I'm older and I really can't move, we'll decide.
But then it might be too late.
No. I just won't purl.
All right.
Or not as much. Take breaks. That's what I think I have to do, is take breaks more often. But I think I might do Bon Bon. And then I want to do a ton of socks, and I'm not sure which yarn to knit with. And it's like, I have all this pretty yarn, and I don't know which one.
First world problems.
I know. I know.
Well, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I will. Somehow. So, yeah, I really know set future dates. Just everything.
Yeah.
I wish I had more knitting time.
Baubles and Bling. I have Baubles and Bling this week. So last week I showed you that I went to Joann Fabric and I had gotten some Patons self-striping. Well, I had to go back to Joann Fabric. No, I went to AC Moore. I was in Woburn, Massachusetts, where there's an AC Moore.
Oh, all right.
And the reason I was there is because I needed to go to a gluten-free bakery to get one of my son's friends a gluten-free cupcake for the party.
Where's there a gluten-free bakery around there?
Well, it's on 6th Street. Do you know where 6th Street is? It's like in, you know, if you drive down past the mall in Woburn, Washington, right. And you keep driving, it's like down there and you turn once and it's like in that industrial area. I used to work in that industrial area. But it's like a nice gluten-free bakery. It's called Sweet Treats Without Wheat. Oh, all right. And I found out about them I did some research because my son's best friend has celiac disease. And he's 9. His birthday was actually last month, but we finally had his birthday party last weekend. And he said... Your son. My son. Okay, because you were making it sound like his best friend was 9. Oh, no. His best friend's a girl. No, but it's just the way it sounded. Oh, yeah. So he went to the bakery with me to order his cake, and the lady said, what do you want? And he said, I want it to be marble cake with white frosting and red writing. It has to be gluten-free. Well, I didn't know this. I said, honey, they don't do gluten-free at the grocery store bakery, because they don't. And he was like, oh, then Rosie can't have any cake. And I said, we'll get her a little cupcake or something. So we did. But anyway, since I was like literally 1 minute drive away from AC Moore, I went there and they had Patons Kroy in the meadow stripes. They didn't have this at Joann. They only had 1 ball of it, and you need 2 to make socks. Yeah, I didn't realize it's only 166 yards. Yeah, so I'm excited. I like it. I'm throwing it in the self-striping sock collection for when I ever get out of Hitofideville. Can I have the tissues? Yes. So, that's number 1. Number 2, I told you last week that I had swatched. What happened to my swatch? It was right there. What happened to it? Oh, here it is. It fell on the floor. I was going to say, sorry. So I had showed you last week that I swatched for my Rhinebeck sweater. And this is my swatch. I haven't washed it yet. I still need to wash it. I have plenty of time because I'm never going to be done with Hitofideville. So I went ahead and ordered a sweater's worth of that yarn, which is Dyeabolical yarn. And the colorway is Polar Vortex. And it's her superwash merino worsted. And it's so soft and squishy. I love it. It's going to be beautiful. So I have a sweater's worth of this. And people were asking me what I'm going to knit. And I bought the pattern now that I have the yarn. And I'm going to knit the Waking Tide Pullover by Courtney Spainhour, who's also known as Pink Brutus Knits. Oh, and I don't know why. I just pulled the pattern up. But that's really stupid because for reasons completely unknown to me, there are no pictures in the PDF. So I have to show you the picture from the Ravelry page, which unfortunately I moved away from. What did I do that for? What's going on here? All right. Hold on a second. I had to look up No Purl Monkey because I couldn't remember how to do it. I was doing it the way that I was doing the Hitofide lace on it, and I'm like, this isn't working out. So, here is a picture of the Waking Tide pullover. The pattern just recently came out, and I really like the way that it looks in the sample pattern, which is a gray blue. It's Malabrigo Twist, but I didn't want to do it in Malabrigo Twist, and I didn't really want it to be blue. So this is perfect for it. I think it's just variegated enough that it won't be boring to knit with. I love the way that it looks. I love the way that the colors go. But it's really going to show off the very textured lace yoke. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I'm dying to knit with it, but I made myself promise that I wouldn't start it until I got Hitofide done. So that's why I'm only working on that sweater. I just had to power through until it's done. It just has to be done, and then I can knit something that I like again, and my life can go back to normal. So that's it for my Baubles and Bling. Do you have any baubles and bling?
I do not have any this week, but I will have some for you next
week.
My Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks at Rock Club shipment shipped.
Yay!
And I am one to peek. And I peeked. And
Yeah.
I like it.
I also have some other baubles and bling, but I'll share them on the show when I have everything together. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
I started a new, obsession thing.
Oh. Did you Instagram
Yes.
about it? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I saw that. I'm like, what, is she nuts?
No. I'll wait till you see all the stuff that I have. I'm out of control. So I'll talk about that on another time. But yeah, I have another
Need to get out of the house.
Side craft. Seriously, this weather is making me crazy. So, gossip and innuendo. Oh no, crushes and heartbreak. I have the biggest heartbreak. The main side effect that I have been having, aside from my stomach problems with my tamoxifen, is migraines. Ugh. I have had migraines since I was 17. They were bad in my teens and early 20s. They got better after I had kids in my 30s. But ever since I got on the tamoxifen, they've been back. And I've had 4 migraines since I got on the tamoxifen in February, and that's probably more than I've had in the last 3
years.
And the last one lasted for 4 days, and the pain got so bad it made me sick. And I'm seeing my doctor in a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna beg her to give me some kind of a script for migraine medicine. I don't have regular migraine medicine anymore because it would expire before I ever used it. So that was before I was getting a migraine every 2 weeks.
Right.
So I was really sick this week. We recorded on Wednesday. I started getting the headache. I noticed that I had a little bit of a headache when I went to bed on Thursday night, and I woke up on Friday with it. And it was kind of up and down. I would get it to a level where I could function. But Monday, I couldn't get out of bed. It was so bad. I could just lay there with something over my eyes. It was the worst. I'm really struggling with that. It's a nightmare.
I bet.
So another reason why I don't have a lot of knitting done and I didn't get any spinning done is because from literally Friday until Monday, I maybe knit a few stitches, but I was just in so much pain I couldn't do anything. I feel so much better now. Yesterday I was kind of getting over it, and today I feel a lot better. But I couldn't exercise. I mean, I couldn't eat. It just was bad. And I told my husband, in the entire history of me having migraines, it's probably one of the top 2 for pain, this last one. The other ones that I've had weren't as bad. This was so bad, I literally wanted to die. The idea of just, cutting a hole into my head seemed like a good plan. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was thinking I would just to kill myself. Would be so much better than this pain. It was so bad. Lois was texting me about it. She's like, go to the emergency room. And I'm like, I felt so bad I didn't even want to go to the emergency room. Just getting there would have been too much.
Right.
Fortunately, I found out that if you get sick from your migraine, sometimes that makes it go away, because 2 minutes afterwards it went away. And I was like, good to know for future. I've never had one that made me sick before. It was just bad. So that is my heartbreak. And it's just going to be my heartbreak. And I have to pray that I had 1 last month and I had 3 this month. So I'm hoping that that's because I'm nearing the peak of my, you know what I mean?
Hormones.
I'm on starting month 3 on the hormone thing, the tamoxifen, and I'm hoping that this is going to get better, because I can't just have, I'm terrified it's going to come back too. I'm scared to do anything. So yeah, that's my big heartbreak. I don't know what else to do about it except talk to my doctor in a couple of weeks and see what she can do. But definitely they need to give me something, because I can't do that. I cannot keep doing that. Sorry. So that's it for I don't have any crushes. It's heartbreaks.
Oh, crushes and heartbreaks. I had a bunch listed. Do you think I wrote them down? No. I don't remember, but I worked at an offsite for the last couple of days. I've had a lot of knitting done as I'm banging my head against the wall.
Yeah.
Other than that, not much else is going on. Signed up Zachary for gymnastics.
Oh, good. He loves that.
He does, and I was happy we went to a different place.
Oh, good.
And I think they seem to have a lot more kids with his same skill level.
Oh, good.
Around his age group, which is nice. So we did that yesterday. And Oscar just blocked me out. Hey.
Oscar.
Camera hog you.
I know. What is he? He's all about, he's like a total diva now.
It's all about making me sneeze. Don't get your butt on that, please. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Oh, I was really close to getting a phone again.
Oh, what happened this time?
No, we were just... Oh, gross. Where were you? Sorry.
Is his tail wet?
I don't know.
His tail isn't wet.
I know, but his butt might have been.
Oh, maybe. Did his butt go on there?
A little bit. Gross,
Oscar.
Anyways, we were looking at other plans, and my husband said, just get a phone for yourself. He doesn't want one. He's going to go for the pay-as-you-go type of thing because he doesn't use it.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, but I'm not going to use it as much. And then my brother's like, Sheila, you will.
Yeah,
he will. Talked me into it. So we'll see. But he did bring up a good point. He said, see when the next new iPhone might come out.
Yeah.
You might get a better deal. Well, they're predicting that the next new iPhone won't come out until September, October, because that seems to be
That's when they usually do the
mode of
rollouts.
operandi. So we'll see. Trying to think what else is going on. Hi. Not much else is going on. Easter's this weekend. I'm having my brother over for dinner. I gotta clean my house on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, Easter. I gotta get that finished up. I got some of the stuff done for it, but I'm like behind.
Oh, we haven't even talked about that portion of it. We don't really do that.
Oh, we do.
No, we don't.
I took care of most of it last night since I've been laid up.
But yeah, we're doing ham dinner. I asked my brother to bring mashed potatoes and a dessert.
Oh, that's good.
No, potatoes and a dessert. I told him he could decide however he wanted to make the potatoes. But he also, he sent me a link. He's on the New Hampshire Chronicle. They did a whole They did a whole segment on a fat bike. I don't know if you've heard it.
No.
Fat bike is basically a mountain bike with tires that are about 4 inches wide.
Oh.
And you can ride on the snow with it. It's for people who like to ride and want to get out even in the winter. And that's him. So real quick glimpse, he was in it. And he's like, did you spot me? And of course I did, because he's my brother and I know which one he is. So that was kind of neat.
That's cool.
My dad's coming home on April 20th.
Oh, that's nice.
Ish.
My mom's coming into town end of April.
So
excited about that.
That's about all I have for crushes and heartbreaks. I'm sure, again, there's more. I just never can remember.
No. After this last week was just like a waste. Like, to me, it's just like a big blank because I just couldn't function. So, gossip and innuendo. First of all, let's show what we're going to be drawing for.
Technically,
for the
we
new
already
contest.
Oh, the new one?
Yes. So, I'm sorry, Oscar, you can't be out here.
You're shedding like
I know.
nothing.
It's spring. He's getting rid of his winter coat. So, if you noticed before, last week we showed you that we got some creamsicle, dreamsicle, what was it? Dreamsicle flavored soap. And we got, that's nice, what is it? And sandalwood vanilla perfume. And we decided we were going to give away. We have enough for 2 people. So we'll draw 2 prizes. You'll get the soap and the 2 perfumes.
Separately, like 1 perfume each. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I put them.
Right, sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you.
So I'm going to start a thread for that. And
we'll pick 2 people out of that thread.
We'll pick 2 people out of the thread because we have 2 sets of these. We decided to give those away. The yarn that came, that we're going to give away later for another prize. The artichoke.
Okie
dokie artichoke. We're going to give that away. So these, I'll start a thread for that, and you just will tell me what your favorite thing is from Rachel's shop, I think. I'll link you, and you can just say what you like the best from Rachel's shop. And we'll draw 2 prize winners in 2 weeks. episode 205.
Excuse me.
And we're going to do the book review. Defarge does Shakespeare. We're also doing that next week. And the winner of that...
We're going to
talk
about
We're going to do that next week. And the winner for that will be in episode 206.
Yeah.
Yes. So stay tuned for that. And then this week, we drew prizes for the monthly...
Our March Knit Along.
Yeah, so Sheila did that on
randomnumbergenerator.org.
Yes.
And this is the lovely yarn that we're sending. And both Wendy and I believe it looks like a
bomb pop.
A bomb pop or a rocket pop or something like that
so
you see.
Pretty. Whoops. Sorry. It's sparkly.
It's sparkly too, so it does kind of fit with that. It's red and blue, but it's blue. It's a turquoise?
Turquoisey blue.
Like a bomb pop.
It looks like a bomb pop.
If you don't know which one we're talking about, it's a ice cream style dessert.
Yes. And it has cherry on the top, and then white, and then blue. And it's like, you see them in the ice cream trucks.
Yeah.
In the
you
United
can get them in
States.
the stores now.
You can now, but that's where you really see
the ones
them.
on the ice cream truck are huge compared to the ones in the store.
Yeah, well. But they're called rocket pops or bomb pops. And
and this has a little bit of stellina in it.
Yeah, it's sparkly. We don't know what this yarn is. It was gifted to the podcast by Angelia McGar. Thanks, Angel. And it doesn't have a label on it, but it looks like a bomb pop.
It does. It's nice and soft and squishy. So we did the random number generator. I'm having a hard time speaking. And number 21, which is Kate. Notable Needle.
Okay,
so excited
yay.
that you won. So give us your snail mail. PM me your snail mail, and I'll get it out. I'll try and get it out next week. I've been working on Wednesday, so I haven't at an offsite, and I haven't been able to get to the post office because they close at 4.
And she gets out after that.
Well, I get out at 3:30, but by the time I get to the post office,
it's closed.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And then we also drew for the Knittingsmybag Dragonfly bag with coordinating yarn. And the winner of that from randomnumbergenerator.org was number 121, Sharon Noda, Sharonota, Sharon from New Zealand. You are the winner, and I will be PMing Knittingsmybag with your username so she can contact you for the...
right, because we don't actually
have... She's shipping that.
The items. She's shipping that.
Yeah, she's shipping that. So I will give her that information when I publish the show, and you will be hearing from her. So that's exciting. And I hope everybody checked out Knit Clicks, the new website that we promoted last week. I really have to remember to give them our advertising graphic. I'm just... Honestly, I have a good excuse. I literally did nothing from Friday, except I took my daughter to get her ears pierced. That was the one thing I dragged myself out to do. I didn't even go to my son's birthday laser party. No, I stayed home. I was just like, I can't go. Yeah, that would not have been good. And, but my daughter did get her ears pierced. I was very proud of her. She was very brave. She just did it. She's been terrified for a year to go. And she just sucked herself up and went in. And
good for her.
I had told her that they would probably be doing 2 at a time.
One person on each ear?
They didn't have 2 people on staff, so they had to do them 1 at a time. So I'm standing there and I'm like, it's not a big deal. And my mouth was completely dry because I was like, she is going to flip out and she's only going to have 1 ear pierced. But they pierced the first one. She went, she kind of laughed. She goes, it really didn't hurt. And then they did the next one right after that, and she was done.
Good.
And she said, I feel kind of silly now for worrying about it so much.
Now, when you got 2 of your ears pierced?
Yeah, but my earrings, I broke the back on my earring. I have to go get them repaired.
But when I got mine done, they did 1 at a time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't do them 2 at a time when we were
didn't.
kids. You know what else is new now? When I went to get them done, you could either get 14 karat gold or surgical steel ball posts.
Okay.
That was it. Those were the 2 choices that you could have.
I don't remember. Mine was so long ago.
And but now they have like a whole selection of 14 karat gold style. So she got little ruby birthstone 14 karat gold ear. Like they could pick. Cause
you have to keep them in for a while.
It's like 6 weeks. So 4 to 6 weeks, I think. But she's been taking care of them. And
good.
It was a nice mommy-daughter thing, even though I was like dying the whole time. But I had to do it.
Yeah.
She's been wanting it for a while.
Oh, good.
So I guess that would be a heartbreak that I didn't talk about. But anyway, what's coming up? April. It's April now, so Connecticut Sheep and Wool is coming up. There's another one that's coming up this month. Let me just quickly grab it on the computer so that I can tell you. I just have to go to our blog page.
I could have probably done it quicker than this.
Oh, well.
Just saying.
Here I am now. So, the April events, Connecticut Sheep and Wool is in Vernon, Connecticut on Saturday, April 25th. Sheila and I are going to try to go to that, maybe with my mom, maybe not. On the same day, if you don't feel like traveling to Vernon, Connecticut, there is the Gore Place Sheep Shearing Festival in Waltham, also Saturday, April 25th. So those two events are coming up this month. And then we start a ton of events in May, because May is really the summer.
Start of all the,
yeah. It's really a heavy event season. So Maryland Sheep and Wool is coming up in May. I'm very excited about that. In fact, I get to see Looney Hiker, who also just bought that same striping sock yarn.
Oh, did she?
Yes, her husband made her gave it away because he didn't like it, but she saw it again and she bought it for herself. And so I said, what does he care? He doesn't have to wear these socks.
And he doesn't have to knit with them either.
He said, I do have to be around the person wearing the socks. So I said to her, get him a t-shirt that says, I don't like her socks. I said, that should take care of the problem.
Yeah, no kidding.
Then you're free of any criticism that you might get from people being around someone with socks. I think it's pretty sock yarn. So I'm glad that Pat bought that yarn for herself.
Oh, good.
So I think that's it. Anything else?
Not to my knowledge. That's it.
All right. Well, here's to hoping next week is a better week.
Yes.
Oh, snow report. There's only about 6 to 9 inches of snow in my yard at this point.
I know. Looks nice.
You know, it's gotten way down.
It has, without any serious flooding.
Without any flooding.
Which is a real big concern for all of us.
And I have a big fat check in my hands. So I can
already in the bank.
I have to deposit mine. I gotta take a picture.
I've gotten a couple of people one person calling me who got his name from our insurance company. We just gotta verify that he's legit.
Yeah. I have to start calling some people. I need estimates to get a new roof too, so we're getting that done as well. So it's gonna be a busy spring. A very busy spring.
It is. And with that note, have a good week. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Knit with heart.
Knit with heart.
Bye.